Imagine waking up to total silence. The dog at the foot of your bed is gone. You look out the window, and the trees, the grass, the birds, every plant, animal, insect, and microscopic organism on Earth has vanished. 8 billion humans are left standing on a completely sterile rock. The scientific reality of a sterile world dictates a timeline far shorter and more brutal than standard survival fiction suggests. We are facing a biological collapse that no amount of scavenging or fortification can prevent. We operate our cities and industries as if we sit separate from nature, positioned as the masters of the planet. Yet every breath we take and every calorie we consume requires the biological labor of countless non-human species. Removing the bottom of the food chain triggers an immediate, inescapable countdown. The clock on human extinction starts ticking the exact second the biosphere goes quiet. The biological survival clock starts inside the human gut, predating the struggle for supermarket supplies. This diagram shows the digestive tract, normally hosting a complex microbiome. With all microscopic organisms wiped out, your 39 trillion bacteria instantly disappear. Within hours, humanity develops severe gastrointestinal distress. Without these hitchhikers breaking down carbohydrates and synthesizing vitamins, digesting food becomes painful and inefficient. Your immune system crashes immediately following the loss of these microbes. While the lack of external viruses and bacteria means you won't catch a traditional infection, you will experience profound fatigue and rapid malnourishment. Humans are walking ecosystems. Stripped of our microscopic support network, our bodies begin a systemic failure within the first 72 hours. By the end of the first week, the global reality sets in. With no fields to plant and no livestock to raise, no new calories will ever be produced on Earth again. This bar chart compares the total tonnage of global non-perishable food stockpiles, our grain silos and canned goods, against the daily burn rate of human metabolism. If perfectly rationed, these reserves could sustain the 8 billion surviving humans for a few years. Total societal panic overrides any possibility of perfect rationing. Digital currencies, stocks, and gold lose all utility overnight. A single can of peaches holds more objective value than any bank account. Armed groups seize distribution centers and supermarkets. The resulting resource wars over these finite stockpiles violently reduce the global population within the first 30 days. Our sprawling agricultural supply chains rely entirely on the biological anchor of seeds, soil, and pollinators. Without them, modern society devolves into brutal scarcity in a matter of weeks. For those who survive the initial wars and secure a bunker full of canned goods, a new set of environmental pressures emerges. Survival now depends on the long-term stability of the atmosphere itself. This chart breaks down Earth's atmosphere, highlighting our 21% oxygen reserve. Humans consume a tiny fraction of this, but carbon dioxide levels reach toxic concentrations fast. Without oceans and forests to scrub the air, exhaled CO2 steadily builds up. Even in a sealed environment with filtered air, the timer remains short. The best preserved canned goods physically degrade and lose their nutritional value over a few decades. The final survivors eventually succumb to starvation in front of empty steel cans. The ultimate duration of human survival is determined by the inescapable math of a closed, unreplenishable food loop. We can view life on Earth as a biological house. We sit at the very top, acting as the roof. But we rest entirely on load-bearing foundation pillars, the plants capturing solar energy, the microbes breaking down nutrients, and the insects pollinating the soil. This planetary relationship is entirely one-sided. Billions of other species function perfectly well without us. We cannot survive a single week without them. The silent work of everyday ecosystems keeps the machinery of this planet running. The spider in the corner of your room and the weed pushing through the concrete are active participants in the network keeping you alive. If the vanishing event happened tomorrow, what specific survival item would you grab first? Let me know in the comments. Preserving these foundational ecosystems is the only way to keep the human house standing. If you want to explore more of the science keeping our world intact, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.